Hello, let's start here with the part one of the presentation for the OFM booking. Here I am on the home page, as you see, and I'm logged in with my Office 365 credentials. So all the bookings I do under this account, and all the permissions that I have are bound to this account. For the administrator, he needs to share the site with the employees. So you see there are here two accounts which are owner. They have the highest privilege. They are actually administrators. And the SharePoint administrator can add here to the default members group all the users who will have access to the site. And once they are in the members group, this is a default SharePoint group. All the employees have the privileges to access the site, to make booking, and to interact with the site based on the settings, the permission levels the administrator has given you. Now on the home page there are on the left hand side the quick launch. As you see, this can be modified as well by the administrator. Under the edit button you see that you can hide certain entries. For example, only car is not needed, so I remove the only car. This would be for car booking, or I can add new links by clicking here to the add a link or label to the navigation. Once you click on that as well here, a new link could be added with these properties the administrator sets. The most important link in SharePoint for all the users getting started is site contents. All the data which is related to the booking solution are managed here. So this is the central depository of all the libraries. There are two kinds, libraries and lists, which are used in SharePoint for managing the resources. Now, as you can see, there is the first step that the administrator needs to do is he has to upload the resources and manage the resources directly here. So primarily the very first one is the site. This is the highest level if you so want. So you can add here new sites, or you can remove these existing sites. Once this is done, you can then go to the locations list. This is step 2. There is a list called location. Here it is. It has 4 entries, as you can see. So the administrator can open this location list and then add new locations and bound them to a site. So by clicking on new, you see I would enter here, for example, Birmingham, and then I would say in which site Birmingham as a location would be connected to. So locations are actually offices or buildings, if you want, with resources that are bookable. So let me recap. There is the site contents, and under the site contents, all the information, all the data for your resources which you need to manage are found. And the update or the management works the way that you open. Let's start with the desks list. You see there is a list. It has 8 entries. And when you click on this desks list, it opens in the SharePoint default list view. There are a preset of fields, columns like title, location, active, yes, no, description of the desk, the map link URL, X and Y coordinates, the floor plan, the keywords for this desk. Then there is a custom field like a desk type, which you can use if you want, the department in which this desk belongs to. So only people from the IT department are able to book, for example, this desk number 1. And here again, the administrator can use the out-of-the-box functionality in SharePoint to add additional custom fields if needed. Now, when you add a new desk, for example, you click here in the menu, just new, and then you can enter a title, desk 9, for example. You can say if it's active or not active, meaning that 1, the desk is active and bookable, searchable by the employees. 0 would mean that the desk is not available. It is somehow blocked, so it cannot be found when an employee searches for a certain desk. And then we have as well here other fields which are not related to you. The map link URL, X and Y coordinate can be left as it is, so you don't need to enter here anything. And then you can select the floor plan for this desk. These informations, London floor 1, 2, New York 1, 2, are fetched again from the floor plan list. And then you can link this desk to the location. So this desk 1 or this new desk that I add is either in New York, in Zurich, or in London. These informations about the locations as well comes directly from the location list. And then last but not least, we have in every list a set of keywords which are predefined. So you see the administrator has prepared a list of keywords, properties or tags which can be given for this specific resource. So if this desk would have a microphone, I just click microphone, it's added here to this field. It's on the first floor, so I click first floor and it's added as well to this field. This means that the user then can search for a free desk by the location, by the given date and time he would like to book. And then in the search results, all the desks are showing up, and the user can then use this filtering of the available desks to narrow down the search result. You will see that in a while when you make a desk reservation, for example, or a resource. So this concept of the keywords is very important. And these keywords, as said, the predefined keywords which can be used for any resource are managed as well in the desks list, and this can be done by the administrator. So when he goes to keywords, you see here the column settings, he can say edit. This is something that the administrator does. And you see here in the right pane, the keywords field with an empty description is a field type of choice. And then you see here all the values that the administrator has defined. Additionally, coloring can be used. These are out-of-the-box functionality in SharePoint. You could give a custom color to any choice field that you have added. And here you can add new choice fields, or you can remove the existing choice fields. Again, this is simply out-of-the-box functionality in SharePoint, which can be used. The coloring as well that you see here is so-called formatting. So column settings under format this column. When you open that, you see here that the field department can be colored using choice pills. You can add color and rounded styling, and you can add it as well, these styles. Please take note that these things, conditional formatting, choice pills, and background colors, is something that the administrator needs to do. And under the format view as well, you can select between alternating row styles or conditional formatting. If you have any questions related to this coloring, please let us know. The same coloring as you have seen for the department, we have done for the location. So again, it's the same story. You just go to the column settings, you say edit or format this column. Edit would open the task pane with all the locations which are defined, and format the column would show up this conditional formatting with coloring which is available. There are as well, as you see, other context sensitive menus related to each column. Again, these are all the things that comes out of the box with the SharePoint. So let me recap. New desks can be added easily through the new button. We have a preset of fields. Don't change the name of these fields. Leave them as they are because they are needed by the scripting, by the source code. And new columns can be added if needed related to your business just by adding new custom columns. All the lists can be filtered, can be grouped out of the box. Again, filtering and sorting is something that you can easily activate as soon as you set the filter or a sorting. You see that there is a icon indicating that now all the desks by location, London 4 desks and New York 4 desks are showing up here, and you can deactivate the filtering or sorting easily through this button. Furthermore, for editing an entry afterwards that it has been entered, there are two options. One option is you can highlight the item, and then you can click on desk, and then it opens here in the detail pane, so-called detail pane, and as well here you can edit all. Then it extends this pane, or you can directly go into here and then change the title, change the description, or change any other value that is available. The commands field here is a new feature in the modern experience. For every item which has been added to the list, users can add a new command related to this desk. So this is an option which comes out of the box, and it can be used if you need. If you don't need, the administrator as well can deactivate the commands functionality in the modern experience. So please ask your administrator. This might be useful, I think, maybe in other lists like desk reservations or room reservations, where the user is able just to add a command, and these command informations are saved as well with the item. Another way to quickly edit a large list, for example, would be editing grid view. And editing in grid view, you see it opens in an Excel-like style sheet, and now you can work as well directly here in the in this Excel sheet view. So you can change here the locations. You can set from active 1 to 0 by changing that. This is a quick way, actually very handy, to manipulate or to edit or populate large lists. All the lists as well, as you see, can be shared. So let's first exit this grid view. As soon as you exit the grid view, all the data is updated. Then there are sharing functionality in SharePoint available for the users. So you can grant access to a specific name, group, or email with a specific customized message. This is one thing. And you can as well export to Excel any list. So directly it would take this list which is in SharePoint and create an Excel sheet with the same data. Power App integration is not needed by the employees. As well, the Power Automate is not needed. These are functions, these two are functions which are needed or can be customized further by your administrator. Last but not least, there are the notification services for every list. Very important, very useful. So the user can actually activate the notification service by clicking on Alert Me. What does this mean is that all the users which are entered here to the users list will get notified by an email for any change type and configuration when, for example, these alerts should be sent. As well, if you would like a notification immediately, or you would like a daily summary or weekly summary. So again, out of the box functionality in SharePoint, very handsome, because here you can really set up, for example, any person, employee related to this specific desks list. If something changes here, a new item is added or an existing item is modified, these people who have this subscription to this list, they will be automatically notified by an email with a link to the list. Under the My Alerts, then as well, out of the box functionality, the user can manage all his alerts or notification services that he has set, and he can as well delete the alert that he has subscribed. Once this is done for the desks, you would take the same approach for any kind of resource. So this was the desks, then we have maybe a visitors list, we have a cast list, we have a catering list. So watch this. The cast list as well shows up, the catering list, sorry, shows up with all the catering items. Now here on the right hand side, you see the different views. It's available for all the users. The idea of that is there are different predefined views. So there's the tiles view, which shows just the thumbs of the items in the catering list. And you can switch to another view by clicking to the list item. And now you see again, the catering list has the same way like you see before for the desks. Predefined columns, don't change them, just leave them as they are. The column names, these titles, again add a new one if needed, or edit an existing one just by opening the item in the task bin. You can highlight the item. Here's the ID 3 for the catering. It's available in these locations. This is the title of the item. These are the keywords that we use. And then we have as well a thumb image and the price. So the pricing for the catering items that we managed here. And then when you click on the open the detail panes, you see again the modification or the change of this item in the catering list can be as well directly done here in this information pane. Other views can be created, so some are out of the box available, like all pictures, slides or thumbnails. This views that you see here depends on the list type. So this is a picture library, for example. You have other views that you can create, but what is as well very important is that you can create new views. So this is a new feature in the modern experience in SharePoint. You can add just the name of the new view that you would like to have for the catering. So you can say here, for example, new view, and then you can select one of the templates, show it as a list, show it as a calendar, or show it as a gallery. Let's say we want the gallery view, so we say new gallery view here. And as well for the visibility, you can distinguish between public views, which can be viewed by anyone with the access to the list, or you can make it a private view. So when you take it out here, it means that this view that you are creating here, new gallery, for the catering will be only available to your account, meaning that SharePoint checks if you are logged in with your account and then distinguish if it's showing up or not. So this way you can do customized views for certain people who only can see this view. And when you say create, this new view will be created. This is the view. You see the gallery view. And when you click on the in the menu here to this views, you see that new gallery here has been created. And now you can start to modify again this custom view new gallery. If you don't need this view, you can delete it actually as well from this menu. Now let's see what we have done here in the first presentation. All the informations are on the site content, so this is the most important link for SharePoint experiencing. Under contents, all the lists that you need, or all the libraries that you need to manage your workspaces, to manage your parking. Let's open parking as well. Follows the same approach. All these things can be changed in the views. You can change the list view. In the list view, you have different options for editing single items or in the grid view. And from here, you can simply add any new items or resources that are needed. So you should prepare actually your images for parking. You should prepare your images for the desks if you want. Even when in the current solution the images of the desks are not used, it can be added later on if once you want in a booking form something to see. One separate list is the visitors list. This is an important one. Any event with a visitor which you have invited is added as well separately to the visitors list. So you see there is an event with the ID 29. Attachment, this is the QR code that you will see later. This is a meeting that I've set up and with the subject meeting with Megan. And for this meeting with the unique event ID, actually the event ID of the event is 113, but the visitor unique ID here is 29. I have invited a visitor, so this is the external email address of the visitor. And each visitor will have these fields in the visitors list, meaning that when the visitor comes and checks in with the QR code, and as soon as he checks in with the QR code, this visitor list with company name, the name of the visiting person, and all the other informations are populated. There is this additional video only related to the visitors list, but very important list. And the other important list actually is here under the home grouping. Here's as well the catering order list. The catering order list is a unique list which adds all the catering items that have been ordered for an event to this catering order list. So you see that there's an event atlas with the event ID 111, and this event atlas with the event ID 111 has 2 items that has been ordered for this event, and each item has a unique catering order item 93 and 94. And when you scroll to the right hand side, you see actually here who has created it, if it's approved or not approved. You see the catering price and you see the total. So from here again you see all the informations related to the catering order list. And here again it's the same with the views. You can modify, extend them, or just show them in a different way. Out of the box functionality. The better you know SharePoint, the better you can work with these informations.